In the murky depths of contemporary political landscapes, a disquieting truth surfaces, challenging the very essence of democratic selection and the sanctity of meritocratic governance. This truth posits that the current echelons of leadership, both on the global stage and within local communities, are not the result of a genuine democratic process or merit-based ascension, but are instead the carefully orchestrated outcome of a strategy devised by the New World Order. This shadowy cabal has engineered a system where those in positions of power are nothing more than pawns. The NWO, faced with the sheer impossibility of directly filling every seat of power with their own members, has instead embarked on a cunning strategy of grooming individuals who are either too naive to recognize the strings being pulled or too self-serving to object to their own manipulation. These individuals are placed in roles spanning from the highest offices of state to the most modest positions in local governance. Their placement is not based on intellect, ambition, or educational pedigree, but rather on their susceptibility to influence and their willingness to echo the NWO's directives. This grooming transcends mere lifetimes, stretching across generations. The NWO has methodically infiltrated the core institutions of society, educational systems, corporate hierarchies, and religious organizations, planting seeds of ideology that serve their long-term goals. This manipulation is so pervasive that those who ascend to power are often under the illusion of autonomy, oblivious to their roles as mere marionettes in the NWO's grand theater. This grooming begins at the very cradle of societal development, subtly altering the foundations to produce leaders who, while appearing competent, are in essence extensions of the NWO's will. The narrative further suggests that many of today's leaders, from politicians in the bastions of Western democracy to the titans of industry, have inadvertently become students of the NWO's teachings. These leaders, coming from various socio-economic backgrounds, are not selected for their potential or vision but for their pliability. Their rise through the ranks is not a testament to merit but to their ability to parrot the NWO's agenda, often without grasping the full extent of their indoctrination. They are too dim to see beyond the immediate benefits of power and too corrupt to resist the allure of influence, even if they were to understand the strings attached. The control exerted by the NWO over these leaders is both comprehensive and multifaceted. Politically, elections are not merely swayed but outright manipulated to ensure the placement of individuals who will bend to the NWO's will. Economically, they leverage international financial institutions to dictate national policies, making countries dance to a globalist tune. Culturally, through the manipulation of education and media, a globalist mindset is cultivated, systematically eroding national identities and the sovereignty of states. This control delves into the personal lives of these leaders, where they are ensnared through tactics like blackmail, bribery, or the promise of perpetual power, ensuring compliance even when decisions appear to undermine their own or their nation's interests. These leaders are executing the NWO script. The NWO plays both sides of any political, economic, or social divide, ensuring their dominance regardless of the outcome, with leaders too naive to see the manipulation or too corrupt to resist it. In the realm of public perception, the NWO has mastered the art of manipulation. The media, under their sway, paints a deceptive picture of these leaders' actions, casting even detrimental outcomes in a positive light. This keeps the populace either supportive of or apathetic to the gradual erosion of their freedoms. Crises, whether fabricated or capitalized upon, pandemics, economic collapses, social unrest, are exploited to justify further centralization of power under the guise of global solidarity or emergency measures, with leaders too stupid to question the motives and too corrupt to care about the consequences. This strategy is not about immediate gains but is a game played over centuries, where each move is a thread in a tapestry of control. Today's leaders are the result of this long game, positioned to either enact or subvert policies according to the NWO's overarching plan. Even when these leaders fail, systems are in place to keep them in power, with mechanisms designed to manipulate legal and financial frameworks, ensuring the NWO's plans remain on course. These leaders are too naive to understand the manipulation and too corrupt to challenge it, perpetuating a cycle where the NWO's influence grows with each passing generation. This narrative paints a stark picture of a world where the levers of power are not in the hands of those we elect or appoint, but are instead manipulated by an unseen force that has engineered society for its own ends. This examination of leadership under NWO influence necessitates vigilance, skepticism, and a profound reconsideration of how we perceive and choose our leaders. The implications for human autonomy and governance are grave, suggesting a world where freedom is an illusion and control is the true currency, with those in power too oblivious to understand their roles and too corrupt to care about the truth. The narrative serves as a warning, a call to action against the encroaching shadow of manipulation that seeks to subsume individual and national identities into a monolithic, globalist vision.